Hey you guys, welcome. My name is Shaquan and I'm the trading educator and owner at SLFX Trading. And in today's video, I want to break down AUD USD and the winner, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys. So AUD USD was a really good trading pair this week. I actually ended up in two trades that hit profit. I actually entered into it last week. I'm gonna go ahead and roll over it for you guys here really quick. So we're in the daily time frame. For those who do not know, and if you're new to me, I am a swing trader, which means I hold my trades for days and weeks and even months at a time. I do not day trade. I don't look to enter into a trade every single day. I more so just look to enter into a trade once the opportunity is there. And if it's once a week or twice a week, that's great. But I already have in my mind that I am going to hold the trade. Okay, like no matter what trade I get in, I automatically know I'm going to hold a trade. Now, sometimes it just works out to where the trade takes profit within 24 hours. Mind you, it's still a long-term trade from time to time. But it's just based on, the fundamentals and how the market works out. And it can go in my favor really quickly, or I could see some drawdown for a few days, not too long, just depending on the volatility once again, and in the market cycle, whether we're trending or consolidating, and then we go from there. But I'm going to show you guys this trade, like how I took profit on the first one, the second one went into drawdown, and then how I actually entered in again. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's go into it on the charts. So this is Aussie dollar on the daily time frame. Is basically a naked chart. I don't trade with really anything on my price charts. The only tools that I really use is a trend line, a rectangle for my zones, Fibonacci, and just two moving averages. Okay, that's all I really use for the most part to trade with. I don't really trade with anything else. So basically on here, I've just been noticing the trend. We've been in a downtrend since 2018, and I wanted to continue to trade the trend. Now, understanding the market cycle that we're in, I'm going to go to my weekly time frame. Just understanding the market cycle that we're in a downtrend. So any sales that I take for right now, I'm entering in with the understanding that this is a trend continuation trade. So right then and there, I've already categorized this trade as a trend continuation trade. Now, how I get in is going to be still based on the same concept, but it's all about where I want to enter. Okay. Just by looking at price action from the previous few candles, I'm just observing the price action candles, taking my time with them and understanding what they mean. Back here, the beginning of February, we had a very nice, beautiful rejection candle. The following week, I realized that, okay, we're not able to pierce the top wick of the candle. And I automatically had in my mind for this week, even based on the daily time frame, putting these two time frames together, the weekly and the daily, if price can stay below a certain point, in which I have on my daily, I'll continue to want to sell off. I don't see any reasons to buy. And this is all going on. This analysis is all going on as the market is closed. I don't want to analyze why the market is moving, because psychologically I'll be so focused on what price is doing at that moment that I'm not really fully analyzing for what I need to do going forward. And so, I just had in my mind that on the daily, if price can stay below a certain area and keep selling off, I'll get into a sell, right? So now dropping back down to the daily time frame, this is when I'm noticing, okay, let me take my time and see what price is doing. Number one, we're still making lower lows and lower highs. Okay, so I actually got into a sell here, and this was back on February the 5th. Once this candle closed, I was in a sale. I was in two sales, and I was in based on the Fibonacci. So the market came up, rejected one of my fibs. I took the first target down here at the previous low, and then price came and it hit my profit within 24 hours. It wasn't expected, actually not 24 hours, but 48 hours. It wasn't expected. It was just something that just happened. And based on fundamentals, I think there was a news release or something, and then price just ended up rolling over. Well, then great, right? I just had a really good winner. I didn't have to wait. But then what I did was I moved my second target down to break even. And obviously the market came out and it took me out for break even a little bit in profit. So that's fine. But now it came down to my next trading decision. And as the market retraced, and this is based on that category again, I'm categorizing this trade as trend continuation. Now what's going on is, okay, well, if the market can stay below this certain point in the market, now I'm ready to take a sell, right? And still based on that weekly, still based on that daily, the 2 time frames that I mainly analyze every single week in the market. If the market can, if price can stay below this price point, if price can stay below this area, depending on how the daily time frame closes, that's when I'm going to enter for that day. And I'm already keeping in my mind, I'm going to hold the trade. So mind you, when this candle here, the rejection candle closed, I got into a sell. Now I got in based on Fibonacci again. So my first target is always down back to the previous low, was down back to the previous low. And then my second target was around this area here, okay? Maybe a little bit higher. So my second target is around this area. Now, I've been saying for maybe like the past few months now, since last year, my overall target is 0.65500. I think the market can't really get that low. We've come a few pips to that target. I mean, even looking at it today, let's see, we're about, let's go up a little bit higher. We're about 30, but I'll just say 35, about 35 pips away from 0.65500. Can the market continue down lower to push that target? Probably so. And I've been calling this target out since last year, like early last year, mid last year, just based on how the market is moving, and then based on market structure all the way back into that point. So we're within that range there, right? Does price have to hit the number? No. But it's good to know that price has come back down to that range, in which I've been analyzing to see if price can actually go back there, right? And it's just continuing with the sales. So anyway, so looking here, what I want you guys to understand is the mentality of the trade, like the mindset, the trading mindset that you have to have as a trader. It doesn't matter if you are a day trader, a scalper, position trader, swing trader, a trend trader, or counter trend trader. Doesn't really matter what you call yourself. What matters is your psychology. Like when you're trading, how do you see the market? How are you analyzing? What do you do if you go in draw down? What do you do when you win the trade? What do you do if you lose the trade, right? What do you do when the trade is running? How are you managing that trade as it's open? How are you managing the trade before it closes? All of this stuff matters. Everything we do is a part of risk management. Before you enter, while you're in the trade, after the trade is closed. It's all a part of risk management. Risk management does not stop at the lot size you use when you enter into the trade. You know, it goes a little bit deeper than that, okay? But anyway, so as the market's running, I did suffer a little bit drawdown, and that's the point I want to get to. I went 10 pips in drawdown. Now, mind you, this is why, you know, if you use a stop loss, I don't really use stop losses. I use a mental area where I want to see price get to. And mind you, I had to work my way up to that, because in the beginning of my trading career, all I was using was stop losses. But what would happen is the market would keep stopping me out, and then it would turn around and go the right way. And then I'm pissed off because I'm out of the market before the market hits my profit. So now I kind of do something a little bit different. Do I think all traders should do that? No, I do think some traders should use stop losses. I really do, especially if you're new to the market. However, with this, because I'm on a daily time frame, even if the market goes against me, and even if it goes against you, I want you to think about it for you. Always get into the trade with the mindset, price can move against me. I can go into drawdown. And if I go into drawdown, is that going to shake me, right? Is that going to make me feel uncomfortable? How do I feel with drawdown? Like, you have to be aware of your feelings. You have to be aware, how do you feel when you see your account is in the red, right? Just like how you're happy when your account goes blue. Let's say your account is blue and it's been blue for a few hours, but then the next hour comes and then you're in the red. Like, how do you feel? How did that make you feel? You have to jot that down, write that down, because here's why I'm saying this. If it goes red and then you get into the habit of moving your stop loss closer, if you get into the habit of manually stopping yourself out of trades, then you're developing the habit that you have to break that may not be good for you. Because what if that habit is causing you not to win in the market? What are you going to do? But if you have a habit where you see the drawdown and it doesn't shake you, it doesn't move you, it doesn't cause you to watch your chart pip by pip after that, you develop a good habit to where you trust your system, you trust how you're trading. And that's how we should get as traders. We need to trust how we trade. We need to trust our trading system, and I trust mine, right? So anyway, so the trade goes into profit, right? First target gets hit, but let me show you guys realistically how long this took. So I entered the trade here on the 12th, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trading days. That means if I'm counting the weekend, that's 8 days that I've held the trade for. Technically 6 trading days that I actually just held this trade for. And then the next following day or the same day, my next target gets hit. All right. For you to want to be the type of trader you want to be, you have to be okay with holding the trade, right? Whether you're a scalper, you got to be okay with holding it for a few seconds to a few minutes at a time. If you're a day trader, you have to be okay with holding your trade for 24 hours. If you're a swing trader, you have to be okay with holding it for more than 24 hours. But then what's your max? Do you not want to hold it over the weekend? Do you mind holding it over the weekend? I don't mind holding my trades over the weekend, right? If you're a position trader, how many years can you hold that trade for? Can you hold it up to a year? Can you hold it 2 years? So these are things that you really have to start thinking about as you're trading, right? I always teach my clients or my students, trade how you want to be paid. Understand the outcome that you're looking for, the desired outcome that you're looking for when you hit that buy and sell button. Because if you don't realize what you're doing or what you want to see happen, or what you want to do, you're kind of going to set yourself up. And then you're going to be wondering, well, what then? Or what happens next? Or what should I do next? So what this particular trade, and it's always a lesson in trades, what this particular trade taught me was just follow your rules no matter what. Because I've had people say, AUD is going to go to the moon. I actually had someone DM me that AUD is going to be in a strong buy. And they told me that all the way back here. But I always keep in my mind, that person could have been a day trader or a scalper or someone who looks on the lower time frames. So yes, to that person, AUD was USD was going to the moon. AUD USD was going to shoot up. But they're well within their right if they were looking at it on a lower time frame. Then yeah, it did shoot up here. However, I know me and what I'm looking for in my system. I'm not the counter trend trader. So the buy, I don't care for the buy because I get more on the downside when I trend traded this particular pair. So this pair or this trade taught me, do what you need to do for you, nobody else. No one else's opinion matters on my money, right? It does not matter. So as long as I'm doing what I need to do, and as long as I'm following my system, I'll be okay, right? But I'm going to show you guys another trade that I'm in that right now I am in drawdown. Girl, my daughter. You guys, this is real life as a trader, okay? My daughter is napping. This is real life as a trader, you guys. This is real life, okay? As a trader, I'm a mom and a wife first, and I'm a trader after. I'm many things before a trader, but this is real life. I have a daughter. I have a son, married, been married for 10 years and 2 months. This is real life, and I'm not editing this out at all, okay? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do when you got kids. Anyway, so this is Cat Swiss on a daily time frame. Once again, just following my system, following my rules. I've entered this trade on the daily time frame. I entered after this candle. The trade was going well, but as you guys can see, I'm in drawdown. This line is in alert. It's basically saying if price gets down to this area, you need to reevaluate this trade, because what I need to reevaluate is price about to continue down, or is it going to go back up? So this is my warning. This will be the stop loss that people put on. Technically, this is my stop loss area, but I'm not going to get out just because in my mind, and I've seen this happen so many times, and this is how I was always stopped out when I was day trading. If price goes down here, but then it closes bullish and then continue up, I'm out of a good trade. So instead of me just getting out the trade, if this zone or this line or this alert is triggered, let me just reevaluate it for the next day, right? And let me see how price is going to close that day. Then I'll get out. But now keep in mind risk management. This is not a pair that's going to move so quick I'm going to blow an account, okay? The stop loss for this is only literally about 49 pips. So if I lose this trade, I'm only losing 49 pips. And based on how much I went in there, I'm not losing a lot. So this is why understanding the pair you trade and how you trade, looking at your account size, looking at your lot size or your unit size, managing your position is very important, okay? Got to do things that make you feel good about your trade. You got to do things that mentally prepare you to be in that trade, to manage that position. So this is an open position that at this moment is in drawdown. And I'm okay with that because I understand the market goes into drawdown. But I'm also up in my account this week. So I'm up about, I am now up about 60% on my account this week. AU is not the only trade I entered into that was profitable. I also took 2 profits on Aussie dollar CAD. I've taken 2 profits on New Zealand dollar CAD. I've taken 1 profit so far on pound New Zealand. I am up on euro New Zealand. And so now I am just monitoring my open trades, but I've taken quite a few profits this week that I'm okay. All right. So you guys, what this trading week taught me was just to not limit myself in the market, but trade what I see and trade how I see it well, but manage my positions as well too. Manage them so I'm not overwhelmed. Okay. Now for you, how long have you been trading for? Put that down in the comment. What do you feel like has been your biggest challenge? And if you traded this week, whether you had a good trading week or not, what did you learn from this week? Drop them down below and let's actually talk about it, you guys, okay? And keep me involved. And if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you're following me on Instagram at SLFX_trading. And I'll see you guys on the inside. But also, you guys, I'm also opening up my coaching group next week. And I'm so excited about that. It's going to be a different type of group. It's not just going to be about analysis. It's going to be more about me teaching you how to teach other people, but helping yourself first. If you've ever flown in an airplane or if you've ever been in the military, you've always, hear trainers or instructors say, if anything were to ever happen to where it's a life or death situation, save you first so you can save the next person. And that's kind of the mindset that I'm going into this group with. Teaching people how to save their own money first, how to grow their own money first, and then using that information to go out and help others, right? So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you join my email list by clicking down below. Or if you're on Instagram, by clicking the link in my bio and join my email list, right? So without further ado, you guys, I'll talk to you guys later.